Welcome to the Metal Mixtape here on KSKQ 89.5 FM Ashland, Oregon, 94.1 FM Medford, Oregon. Stream online on kskqdjramo. It's the boy, it's the Don, DJ Ramo. Right now we are honored and humbled to have Ryan Waste of Bat here on the Metal Mixtape. What is up, Ryan?
Could you get a little more energized, man? I think you're so tame, man.
I'm all jacked up. I'm Mountain Dew, Kip. I'll come at you like a spider monkey.
Nah, man. What's going down, bro?
Dude, what's going down is Under the Crooked Claw, man. Which I spent.
Heard it?
Oh, dude, I heard every single track, dude. I got a page worth of notes, dude.
Oh man, did your homework? I like.
Yeah,
that.
I know. And right before 5 minutes before this call, I actually re-listened to Final Strike, which is the last song on your album.
Nice.
So you know what I mean? I'll put it on. I've been listening to it since 9 a.m. this morning, so about 2.5 hours for me. So it's like, you know, while I'm listening to it, I'm scrambling my 4-year-old son's eggs. I'm getting his fruit cut and everything, you know.
What did he think of it? What did your 4-year-old think of the album?
I had my headset on, you know,
Ooh.
and I had it with like a ear out, you know.
Okay.
But
what did he think of half of the album?
I think he was interested in Cocomelon.
Got it. Yeah. He'll grow into it.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, dude. You know, I throw 2 festivals locally, and then I'm on the radio all week, and I'm in a band, so he gets heavy metal 7 days a week, dude.
Right on. That's the right way to start him out. That's how I started.
But dude, your band Bat, dude, super freaking awesome, dude. I'm super happy I got introduced to them. Even before I got contacted, I saw you all over social media from like friends sharing your fan page, your band page, sharing your album, and I was like, first thing I thought of was like, man, like no one's taken the band name Bat yet. That's such a badass name.
I thought the same thing,
you know,
man. I was like,
yeah,
it's criminal that it hasn't been used, so I snatched it, man.
Yeah, so dude, when you were thinking about like just since we brought it up, like dude, so dude, like how did you come up with Bat, dude? Because in my head I thought it and I saw it and I was like, damn, dude,
you know
and it looks so great. Go ahead.
Can I tell you what the original name was?
Sure.
That me and Nick, our guitar player, had come up with. It was Bat with 7 T's, and they're all upside down crosses.
Oh shit!
7's my number, but we shortened it to Bat with just 1 T. But I had this little picture in my wallet of a little shitty bat, and then the word Bat with 7 T's, all upside down cross, and I kept that in my wallet for about 10 years. So we had the band name for a long time, and it just came the time in 2013. We're like, it's time for Bat.
Dude,
with 1 T.
Dude, it's so fucking sick, man. Honestly, and your artwork is so badass, dude. I love the artwork.
I feel like artwork is equally as important as the music, and that goes for anything I'm involved in. I feel like the visuals, that's what grabs your attention when you go into a record store. Yeah. Sometimes you don't even know what the band is, but if the artwork gets you, usually it walks the walk, man. That's in my experience. You know, just look at like an Iron Maiden record cover. I mean, it's the best example, you know.
I know, it's funny.
I was just in a record store waiting for right before this interview, and it's like that stuff just jumps out at you, man. And it's, you know, it's important. It's part of the package. And I like tangible things. I mean, I got a million records and VHS tapes, and that's what I'm into, you know.
Dude, no, that's badass. And before you said Iron Maiden, I totally agreed. And I still like a band called like Grim Reaper with Steve Grimm.
If I flip it around, there's a Grim Reaper poster right here. But
yeah,
we'll do the tour later.
I got See You in Hell on vinyl right behind me. You can't see it, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at a See You in Hell OG poster right over here. But I'm gonna do a walkthrough of this room. People keep bugging me to do it, so I'm gonna do it pretty soon for my talk show, Living Fast.
Sweet, I gotta find Living Fast right after this, dude.
Yeah, there's some old episodes about 10 years old, but I'm about to revamp the whole thing.
Sweet, dude. Well, dude, that's super awesome, man. I feel like you're the type of guy I could share a plate of tacos with. So
yeah, I could eat tacos every day of my life.
I love it, dude. I love it, dude. So Bat is awesome, dude. Super awesome record to listen to all the way through. Notable videos, Right for Exorcism and Street Banger, which are
just came out.
Yeah, Street Banger, totally badass, dude. And I both think they both have different dynamics. But what I love about this album, this music, it's almost like an attitude era of like rock and roll. You know what I mean? Because it does have
Yeah.
thrash elements to it, but it's really more like that old school like Motorhead, like just that like in your face type of like I'm gonna tell you what to fucking feel and I'm gonna tell you what to fucking say. And I want you guys to fucking move in the pit. You guys better, move in the pit. We are street metal. We are street bangers. You know.
I
And
think you got the message, man. That's great.
yeah, so
Yeah.
no, I absolutely love
What you
it,
see
dude.
is what you get.
Oh yeah, and I love this. It was a Spanish title, right, for your intro?
It's Italian. So
Italian. So
Fabio Frizzi, the great horror composer who did like the Beyond and a lot of Fulci stuff. I contacted him just as a fan, to do an intro. We usually have a kind of ambient intro to the
mhm.
records so far, or at least put in the albums at some point. I wanted to set the tone for this, like almost like a vampire movie, and I went through a couple ideas with people and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna shoot for the stars and go to the greats. And I wrote Fabio. I'd seen him play up at Maryland Death Fest that year, and we got talking on Instagram. And the guy was the most humble, cool person to work with. And I shot him the idea. I was like, I wanted to sound like a vampire walked in the room, basically.
Mm.
And he just did this descending, little scale,
Yep.
very just effective, super simple, and it just sets the tone for like the onslaught that's about to hit right after.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. And
Fabio's the man. So the title is means a torch lights the sky in English, and that's a lyric from the song Vampire Lore that it leads into. So I ran the title by him. I was like, I want to say it in Italian. Does this sound right? I translated it, and he's like, that's good. And a
yeah,
little funny
because
story about that, real quick,
yep.
just to cap it off. I was like, well, what if I just call it I had shortened it to where it just meant flashlight. It was like El Torso Cielo or something, or Illumina Torso. I'm not obviously speaking it right. Torso
I can say it if you want.
in Italian.
Well,
I know
Italian.
to say the actual
Well,
title. I'm saying what I
oh, okay.
almost
Oh,
called
okay.
it
Okay.
was
Go
just
ahead. Go
meant
ahead. Sorry.
flashlight. It was just like flashlight. I was like, okay, let's do the whole title.
Okay.
Yeah, like a torch. So I'm digging it. Fabio was very cool to make that for us.
No, I thought it was badass. Because I know like Italy and Spain are pretty close
Very close
together.
dialect.
So
Yeah.
so so for me, a lot of my family's from Spain. So it's una torcia ilumina el cielo.
Yep. Yep. Look
Yeah.
at you. That's how you say it, man.
Yeah. No, I love it, dude. It totally. So and even the title captivated me till when I started the album. So it's like I was captivated by the artwork. I was captivated by the title. So I was like, all right, like you're slowly bringing me in, and it goes right into vampire lore perfectly.
Nice.
Fast, heart pounding, in your face, shred madness, and I love the like I said, I love the attitude, but I also like the structuring that you have in your guys' album. And the videos, I love how like just like in your face and badass this is, dude. So
I
doing this,
appreciate it.
yeah, of course, dude. So doing this project, so of course, a lot of your fans know you from other projects that you're in and kicking ass. And being in Bat, dude, like what was the idea behind like wanting to recreate like this new sound? Because like you're playing bass, you
Yep.
know, so and you're doing vocals, so it's like a transition for you as well as far as like the songwriting and also being in a three piece. Like what were some of your challenges, and also like what was the initial idea behind like Bat and like the emotion behind it?
All right. Well, so it goes back to 2013, and actually, Felix Griffin, who played in DRI, used to be our drummer, and me and him had an idea to do a band long ago. Like, probably started talking about that since 2008. Just something real straightforward, like Celtic Frost, Discharge type stuff. And it was only an idea that we would talk about, when I'd go through Texas, and it didn't really come to fruition until me and Nick started writing stuff. Nick and I were doing a band called Vulture, which is more straightforward heavy metal,
I've
like
heard Vulture.
new wave of British heavy metal type stuff. And we were already writing together, and Felix was down to do it, and we just cooked up some songs, real simplified stuff, and sent it to him, and we started playing right around 2014. We did our first shows. But yeah, being a three piece is very fun and interesting because, it's real stripped down. Bass was my first instrument. I played since I was 13.
Oh,
So a lot
okay.
of people don't realize that. So it's like just like going home for me playing bass. Singing was a new thing, like being the sole front man. But I just kind of dove in head first with that. That's something you can't really, you kind of learn on the spot with that. I was like, fuck it, I'll give it a shot. And yeah, now we got a guy, Chris Marshall, playing drums in town. We're a full band in the same city now, so that's really how this record is different, because we wrote the record together with drums in the room, and that was something we really hadn't done with Felix. We kind of just used to show him the songs, and boom, what you see, boom, that's the song. But now we're kind of creating it all together, so that's the difference you'll hear in this album.
You know what? I could totally feel that too, cause like I could totally feel like the chemistry between you guys. Because I have seen bands that like they all live in different places and they have to record their tracks, and
Yeah,
everybody
lose the
has their in
feel.
home. Oh no, 100%. I remember I had a long conversation with Rudy Sarzo about it,
Oh man,
talking about how
amazing.
talking about how he would rather prefer just being in the room together, and he was talking about that's how like old school music gets his sound and gets his raw, because like nowadays he was talking about the advantages we had back then is that we were all able to be in a room and record music with each other and actually feel each other out, instead of just so many constant machines and clicks and so
Yeah,
many
it
things
takes
going
away from
around
it.
you to take away the emotion from it. So I
Hmm.
could totally hear that I could see that in your music videos, and I could hear it in your music. And you started off just doing vocals, man. Like that's fucking. I think that's super sick that you said that you kind of like dove in, because
Yeah.
you could have fooled me and said you could have been doing it for 30 years.
Well, I mean, I've been singing. I always have singing parts in Municipal Waste, and I'll write some lyrics here and there. But it's just the sole vocalist now. Yeah, and it's the only way to learn is just to do it, man. And now it's very comfortable for me.
Dude, that's awesome, dude. I love it, dude. Before we dive into the album a little more, I just since our conversation is so new, I kind of want to get to know how like maybe like what was your first record or your first introduction to like heavy metal, like I know everybody kind of like you listen to heavy metal, you listen here and there, but I always feel like there's like a pinnacle album that really kind of like made the wheels start turning in your head. Do you
Yeah.
like
Oh man. I mean, I've done so many interviews, and I always go back to like renting cassettes from the library when I was like 10, 11 years old with my older brother, who's only 2 years older than me. And we would get like, I remember hearing like Master Reality, Black Sabbath really early. And that's a front to back record that still obviously holds up. That's what actually kind of got me playing bass. Like Geezer Butler's bass was loud, and I was like, man, that's what I want to do. Like I was, that spoke to me. Judas Priest spoke to me really early on. So I mean, I was lucky enough to get the roots of heavy metal as a young age, and have an older brother kind of look at stuff. And then pretty soon after, I surpassed him, because I'm a like an obsessive compulsive person. So obviously, look at all my shit. I'm just like, I have to have everything like tangible and have it. So I just kind of went crazy. Pre-internet too, just going to record stores, searching out stuff, finding stuff in the wild, and pretty soon I was turning on my older brother to stuff, and he still looks for me for music recommendations, and we're both still metalheads, 30 some years later. And it's we're lifers, man. It doesn't change. And now making music has become, my number one thing now.
dude, I
I'm
love
still a
it.
fan for life, always.
Do you remember your like the first like maybe I know you've played a lot of big shows and festivals and everything, but in your career, do you remember like a show where like maybe you got a little nervous and where like maybe looked over at your bandmates and was like, guys, like this is like this type of stuff like bands dream of. Like, do you remember a first show where like you saw the crowd of people and you're just like like I talked to Claudius Kramer of Possess, and he talks to it being like at the edge of a building. You feel that energy. Of just like
Yeah,
the huge crowd. Like what do you feel, man?
I remember like we did some festivals over in the UK. Like we played like Reading and Leeds were some of our biggest ones, and those were kind of like mainstream too, which was kind of weird. So the crowd didn't really get like speed metal and stuff. So when the crowd doesn't really know what's going on, you got to win them over. That's like the biggest challenge. For me, it's just like the hardest part. I don't really get nervous, but the hardest thing for me is if we get up there using festival backline and the gear doesn't work. That's the only time
Mm.
I get rattled. If it's like I think my shit's gonna fuck up behind me, and you
Oh.
don't know till you get up there. We played some huge festivals like Hellfest, where it's like you don't get a chance to sound check. You go up there, and if it's not working, you're fucked. It's like you're standing in front of 8,000 people, and it's just like, but when it does work, and then you just hit the gas and everything's great. Like once everything works, it's on, man.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
there's that's the luck of the draw sometimes.
Fuck yeah. No, I love hearing stories about that, dude.
We played
Also,
Hellfest. We got up there 3 minutes before we had to go on. Coming from the airport, stuck in traffic,
oh
and it was
shoot.
one of those situations where we turned everything on. We're like, we're good. All right, let's go. And we fucking used that energy just to crush.
Oh shit. So since you were like you got there, you said 3 minutes before you had to perform, right?
Maybe 5, but I mean
So
that ain't
so
enough time.
so were you able to make like any phone calls and being like, oh, like, or did they already have like your amps pre-ready and like you kind of just plugged in?
We tried to switch with the band. I won't name the band, but they wouldn't switch with us. And
Damn.
yeah, I mean we they knew we were coming, and like the festival runner was going up on medians and cutting around cars and got us there. I mean, this is in rural France,
Oh my god.
and we made it. You can watch that show online. I think it's the last time we played Hellfest.
I'll look it up.
So just know if you watch that, like we got there like 1 minute and got up on stage and rocked it. Yeah.
Dude, I love it, dude. I love it. Last question before we get into the album, a little more. What is, in your opinion, what is the best live band you've ever seen play the stage? Whether they be super big, or not as big as someone like the Giants out there. What is band?
I got one for you, man.
All
This
right.
this one you're not going to hear every day, and it's one of my favorite bands, and they don't get enough recognition. A band called Wishbone Ash,
Wishbone
old
Ash.
UK band. Have you heard of them?
I haven't,
That's
but I will
basically
now.
who influenced Iron Maiden, like doing guitar harmonies. And I got to sit down. I got to sit down and eat a salmon dinner with mashed potatoes and watch this band seated with a bunch of bikers and hippies. It was like, I was like, man, and you get in your 40s. I was like, this is how I want to watch shows from the rest of my life. Just sitting eating like a salmon, like dipping in butter and killer like medieval heavy metal playing in the background. Yeah, they did like an anniversary for their album Argus, which is going back to one of my favorite albums of all time. Yeah, check out Wishbone Ash if you haven't.
I have it written down. I'm going
Just
to.
perfect stuff. I mean, they have a huge catalog, so check out Argus first if you're gonna dip in. But
Argus.
yeah, the whole experience was how I want to do shows from here on out.
Dude, I love it. I love it, dude. So, getting back to your new album, Under the Crooked Claw, which comes out via Nuclear Blast May 17th, dude. A lot of notable songs on here, like we talked about, The Right for Exorcism and Street Banger, the music videos that are released. Some of my favorite songs on here are Revenge of the Wolf. I think I like Revenge of the Wolf because you have that
Guess
sick
what?
bass intro. What?
Guess what? That's the third video. That's not out yet.
Oh, shit, son.
Comes out May 17th, and the
Oh.
same guy, my partner in crime or partner in slime, Norm Cabrera, did that one as well. The same guy that did Right for Exorcism. We did one for Revenge of the Wolf. So that's going to be another horror epic. We put Street Banger in the middle to break it up, like a raw one, and then we got 2 theatrical ones. So I did an interview earlier today, and I dropped the exclusive, but you get this just as much of exclusive. If this comes out before his, you get the exclusive on Revenge of the Wolf.
I
So
better beat that guy.
you better drop this on the online.
I better drop this online. I gotta get a hold of Blabbermouth and Loudwire and everybody and just fucking go hard.
Yeah, we recorded the video. We filmed them in 2 days, both back to back, which is an insane thing to do. That I don't recommend doing. But we crammed a lot in on the tight budget that we had. So
No, for sure. No, dude. Well, I'm super looking forward to it, and as
I'm glad you like that tune. That's the one he liked too, because he's a werewolf guy. He's the Hollywood werewolf man. So
damn.
Norman Cabrera is the man.
Hell yeah, no, that's super badass. And also, I wrote down one of my other favorite songs is Final Strike.
Oh, good.
That's
like our Maiden style tune. That's
yeah,
like the outro one.
So you guys do like this like it's almost like this bridge riffing part right before the solo, which like really builds up and it's super sick and fast, and then it's probably one of the best solos on the album too.
Yeah, Nick killed that solo. That's it's funny. That's the last one we wrote for the record. I was like, we need a last song. Let's write a last song, Final Strike. And I came up with the roots of it, and then Nick put the icing on the cake. Man, it's like I got a playthrough of me doing my bass track for that. I did 2 tracks, just 2 takes, and live on bass. And Arthur Risk, who's the producer, recorder, engineer, just filmed me on his phone doing it. And I got to put that. I'm waiting for this stuff to come out. I can't put these videos out until the record's out. But he's got an iPhone video of me playing one of the takes, and I'm gonna put that up once the record's out.
Dude, that's super badass though, dude. I'm super excited. Like I said, this whole album it sounded like beautiful classic metal, but your voice really kind of turns it all around for me, dude. Because you have a lot of attitude. Because I feel like it's like a nice steak, and then every time you sing is like you fucking throw some sriracha on it.
Oh man, that's a cool analogy.
You know what I mean? It's like I'm eating a steak, and then it's like all classic and beautiful. Then it's like
Spicy.
you throw that spiciness in it. And I'm just like, all right, they got that attitude in this, you know.
That's what keeps it street. Oh, I mean, I can't sing pretty, so the music has to be, have the melody, but I can't sing pretty.
That's awesome, dude. How you besides like me listening to your album so far, you've been getting like a lot of positive feedback. It looks like.
Yeah, well, people have only heard the two songs that we have videos for, Street Banger and Right for Exorcism. So we've been sitting on this record for like 2 years, man. It's like it's one of those things where signing to a new label and getting artwork and getting it all finished up just takes so long. People don't realize. So we've been very patient with this one, and so yeah, in 1 month, actually 1 month from today, it comes out. So
Yeah.
hopefully this comes out before that.
Oh,
But yeah, I mean,
easily.
anyone I've played the full record for has been positive. I mean, I want people to decide for themselves. You're saying it, you dig it, so it's great to hear. It's some of the first feedback I've heard on the other songs because no one's really heard them.
Oh, hell yeah. No, I'm gonna release this interview tomorrow morning. So tonight I'm gonna play this interview on FM radio, because
Okay,
I got FM radio tonight, and then tomorrow morning I'll air it on the tube, and
killer. Yeah, I'll share it.
and tag everybody. Rock and roll, dude. You don't have to, but you did. I'm just joking. But
Why the hell not?
hell yeah, dude. No, I appreciate it, dude. I can't wait for everybody to listen to this awesome album. Last question before I get into a couple fun questions for you, because I like making it spicy. I don't like being all corporate all
You
the
put that
time.
sriracha on the steak.
I put that fucking sriracha on that steak, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I like Tapatio a little more, but
Yeah, I
but
mean, I was interested in the sriracha on that. I mean, it really depends on the what else is surrounding it. I'm a
yeah.
big hot sauce guy
Oh yeah.
myself.
So no, me too. I have like 8 different hot sauces, but I know my go-to is Tapatio. But I do like burn myself out on it.
Yeah,
So I'll but so I do like
you
trying.
tap out on it.
I tap out on it, but I really like the roasted peppers type of hot sauces. Like
Dig it,
I
yeah.
don't know what it is, but just anything with roasted peppers is good.
I'll ask for the house hot sauce in a Mexican restaurant because they always get stoked that it's the stuff they make. So I always ask for that.
Hell
But I'm a
yeah,
Yucateca guy if I got to do it.
dude. Hell yeah. Um, uh, last question on this album: was there a song that you were kind of anticipating for people to hear, or also actually, how about this?
Okay.
So Right for Exorcism already came out. Street Banger already came out. We already talked about Revenge of the Wolf. That's gonna be your next video. Besides those 3 songs, is there a song you're really excited for people to listen to when they pick up the record?
I like to people to hear it as a whole.
Okay, from start to
So
finish.
obviously I'm excited about the three that we released. We've actually been playing those three live. Street Banger, Right for Exorcism, and Revenge of the Wolf. Those have already been played live. Here's one I'm really excited about, actually. Let me tell you this. Horror Vision. I don't know if you caught
Yep.
that one.
Oh,
It's
I
right in the
absolutely
middle.
did.
It's
Yep.
it's the last song on the first side. I wrote that about the video nasties. I don't know if you're familiar when the UK tried to ban VHS tapes that had explicit content
No.
back in the 80s and movies from the 70s and early 80s, and I basically reel off 22 movie titles in the lyrics. If you're a big horror head like myself, some will jump out at you. Go back and listen to that song. There's 22 titles within the lyrics, and obviously a chorus talking about the video nasty scare. And
Oh, okay.
I think I might actually do a video for that one as well down the line. I'm giving you all these exclusives, but yeah, there's that one I'm excited about just because it was fun to write. I'm a big horror enthusiast, so
Well,
yeah,
shit,
I'm excited for people to hear that because we wanted to play it live, but I think hearing it recorded first, it'll resonate better, and then it's good mid-pace rocker.
dude. No, hell yeah. No, I have 3 sentences on the song. So basically talking about how like I did like your intro to it, using kind of like
Yeah,
a
there's like a yeah, that's like a newscaster in England talking
okay,
in the
yeah,
beginning.
yeah, and I wrote darkened, shreddy, happy riffs, extremely catchy, mean, and nasty.
That's a lot of that's a lot of yin and yang on that. Happy and mean and nasty. I can't remember what would be happy in that.
Well, I know
But
what it is. It's that it's how sometimes you
it
go melodic.
well, it's kind of like cruising through. I
Right.
think it's there's kind of like a Jethro Tull part in the beginning. I don't know if you caught that.
No,
Go
no.
listen to it again. I mean, there's all these little you know what? Nick has it's I think it's Nick's favorite part in the whole record. I'm gonna go on a limb and say he does this one little harmony on the solo that's like ultimate Thin Lizzy part.
Oh, I love
Just
Thin
drops
Lizzy.
this little harmony on the solo. Obviously he's one guy, so how we're gonna do it live will TBD. But
Dude.
that's a happy element to me because I know that gets him stoked.
Fuck yeah, horror vision, man. I'll definitely will, man. I'm super happy you're a horror guy because one of my
Oh man,
questions is a horror question, and I know
I wrote
for
a movie about it.
and I know you haven't got this question ever in an interview, so I'm gonna like it.
Try me.
All right, all right. If you could choose your death, but it had to be by somebody in a horror movie, who would kill you and how would they do it?
I'd let Leetta Quigley kill me.
Yeah.
You familiar with her? Return of the Living Dead.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. She does the chainsaw thing, but I don't know. I'm trying not to sexualize my death, but I mean, I'd let a horror queen kill me
I,
without getting too risque.
Dude, I like it. I like it.
Chainsaw, why not? Just chop my fucking head off. Why not?
I like it, dude. I like it. If you were in a zombie apocalypse and you could choose one weapon to destroy the zombie horde that isn't the cure or a nuke, what is your one weapon?
Probably flamethrower. I feel like that takes care of business pretty well.
Dude, I like it. I like it. What is one genre of music, band or artist that you listen to that is furthest away from your day to day metal that you listen to with
Man, I
Municipal
listen to a
Waste?
lot of stuff. I listen to a lot of stuff that's not metal. I mean, one of my favorite bands is Alan Parsons Project.
Oh yeah,
Very like cinematic stuff. I like a lot of instrumental stuff like that, like even AOR and like keyboard heavy, like synth stuff like that. But yeah, Alan Parsons, I think in a way it's heavy, but to me it's just like soothing. It's a lot of it's like perfect in the background. It could be a soundtrack too.
okay, I like it. I like it. Last question. It's kind of it could be long, it could be short, but you can keep it short. Um, so one of the things I've noticed just getting older, like in going to work and listening to music every day, is like how much how many covers are coming out and AI, like twisted things are coming out. Because like I remember like listening to a song at work today and it was like the sixth cover of this one song, but done renditionally where you could hear they like completely like just sampled the living hell out of it. Like I listened to this one song that literally sampled like four different other songs. Like what's your opinion on like where the direction music's going with AI, and also like a lot of the time a lot of these artists who originally wrote these songs not necessarily getting credited or remembered as the original songwriters of these originals.
Not a fan whatsoever of that, of AI for art, for music. Usually I hate a cover of a song that's something that I grew up with. I'll be in the bathroom at like a gas station and hear like someone butchering like Toto or something that I actually grew up with, like, and just ruining it. So big hater on that.
No, for sure. You don't know
I
what.
hate talking negative about stuff, but in general, fuck all that.
No, you know what fucking pissed me off? I was at work and I heard somebody doing a reggae cover of an Aerosmith song, and I was just like this. I was like, dude, like they completely skipped Steven Tyler's huge note and they just went into like a completely boring section. I was like, and I talked to the person. They're like, who's Steven Tyler? Who's Aerosmith? I'm just like,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like
it.
this.
We're just gonna get mad. I don't want to end the video. I don't want to end the interview on a bad note, but yeah, that's just
All
gonna make
right,
me mad
all right,
'cause I don't even know about that.
okay. All right. Positive note. Positive note. What do you like? What do you love most about your fans?
I just like hanging with and meeting people. It's like I try to be available. If people write me online, I usually write them back, even if it's just like a quick thank you. And it's pretty crazy. I mean, I'm not. I put myself out there just like anybody, man. I'm not anyone special, you know. But it's just it's crazy how easily people can get in contact with you now. So generally, people are respectful, you know. And then sometimes if you give a person an inch, they'll take a mile. So as long as people are respectful, you know, I'll always take a photo or give them a minute of my time because that's what I would want. You know, I met Lemmy back in 2007 and he spent like an hour with me and I watched him just treat everyone kindly and take photos and just be a gentleman. And that, you know, that resonated with me even more, you know, and it's the way to be, you know, it's like you could ruin someone's day real fast just by being a dick. It's like, just be nice.
Absolutely, dude. Last but not least, well, first of all, we've been talking to Ryan Waste of Bat. Please check out the new album Under the Crooked Claw, coming out May 17th via Nuclear Blasted. Super excited. They already have videos out for Right for Exorcism and Street Banger. Please go check that out on the YouTube. Just thank you so much. And last but not least, can you say this is Ryan Waste from Bat and you are listening to the Metal Mixtape?
This is Ryan Ways from Bat, and you're listening to the Metal Mixtape.
Ryan, have a beautiful fucking day. Thank you so much for this
Great
opportunity.
talking with you, man.
And honestly, dude, like me doing these interviews, like they make my day, man, because it's just like I take them as an opportunity to get inspired by somebody else who's just as passionate as I am for music or even more. So thank you so much for your time.
Man. That's the best way to be, man. I appreciate that.
Okay, I'll see you soon, man.
Cool. Take care, man.